Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to this price ladder training program video. In the last video, we went through the preparatory framework that we were going to go through to trade the non-farm payrolls that came out in November. Uh, Currently, I've got my ladder set up as such, and the replay is going to start in approximately 2 minutes. So just to highlight what we have here on each and every one of these ladders. This is the Bund chart, and as you can see, it's a very big part of my trading strategy. This is my Euro USD. This is the S&P 500 futures. We've got the 5-year T-notes, the 10-year T-notes, the 30-year T-notes, um, and then on the bottom here, we've got the Euro dollar stirs. We've got the DEC 15s, the DEC 16s, and the DEC 17s. Um, as we said, very important to look at what the euro dollar stirs are going to be doing so we can ascertain whether the market's actually pricing in anything significant. At the time, we were probably pricing in um, about 50 to 60% probability of a rate hike. There was obviously quite a bit of hawkish rhetoric coming into it. So with this on the cards, if we did get a much bigger NFP than expected, we might actually see further pricing in of a rate hike, and that would imply that these euro dollars actually move lower. So that's what we're going to be looking for. If we get a lower than expected NFP, these should go higher. I'm going to be watching the price action closely. If these can hold an offer, then I'm going to try and take part with in the Bund. Now remember the levels that we spoke about. To the downside, we have 155.71, or between 83s to 71 in the Bund. This is the area I'm going to be looking at very, very closely. Likewise in the euro at 108.44 is the level, the really key level that I'm looking at in the euro USD. So we're about 20 or 30 seconds away until the replay data starts actually coming in. So we'll just clear up our ladders, prepare ourselves. The squawk is going to be going through, and you're going to hopefully hear out what the announcement is at the 1:30 mark London time. Usually at 1:30 is when it comes out. So let's just get prepared here, get our mouse prepared, get ready, and start the wait until we get the number. We're still going to have about a minute or so until the figure comes out. So here we go. The replay data has just come into effect. So just waiting for all the ladders to get into position, for the order book to start filling up, and eventually we're going to get this number. Now, from the trading strategies, just to highlight what we're looking at, especially in the Bund that we're looking at, we did mention very, very key level to the downside at 155 at 155.71s. So that's going to be a level that I'm going to be taking a look at if we get a much bigger than expected number. Again, to the upside at 157.07. Move a little bit higher. That's a level that I'm going to be keeping an eye on in case we do get up there. I'm going to be trying to look for some shorts. So we've got about 20 seconds to go. Let's wait for this number to come out. Expected 180,000. See, the liquidity is very, very thin in these markets now. No one really looking to stay in the market. 5 seconds to go. Euro's already starting to move here. It's probably taking out a few positions. There we go. The numbers just come out. We've got 271,000. So the markets have now blipped down. You could see the euro has just gone straight through that area. Remember, we did mention this, be part of our plan. We're looking at how the market's going to react around here. It's blipped straight through there. We don't want to take part in here yet. We're watching the Bund now to see if we can have any sort of reaction through these 71s. Trading 80s here. Watch the euro dollar stirs. Watch how they're staying offered, and the rest of the T-notes are actually staying offered. We're watching the price ladder very, very closely to see how we're going to react around these 71s. Just finding a bit of a bid, someone trying to absorb these 78s here. Notice how the T-note spectrum actually holding pretty well offered with the euro dollars, but someone's trying to absorb this area up. It's been a very big absorption area in the past, and the market's seemingly trying to absorb it still around this area. Notice we're starting to hold a little bit around these 83s, 84s. The euro's still finding an offer, still managing to hold. So we're seeing a lot of dollar strength here. We're finding a bit of a bid up to about these 80s, 89s. Let's see if we can find a bit of a play, maybe a short-term scalp. We couldn't quite get involved there. It was too quick. We're right back down to these levels. We're getting pretty close to this area. If we see a little bit of volume, 780 lot here at 75s. If that gets taken out, we might see a bit of a move through. Okay, we're seeing just a bit of move through. Quickly trying to get out. That's a quick little scalp. We've seen the market find an offer through that area. Now we're looking to see if we can hold below these 73s. Now this is part of our plan here. If we can hold below these 71s, 73s, we're trying to find a bit of an offer here. We're going to try and take that small little scalp there. Try and get in a little bit higher again. Look at this, a nice little 600 lot at 70s. In this kind of environment, we're going to have to take that. If it goes, we're going to have a very, very tight risk just above these 73s, 74s. Just been filled there. We've just been taken out. We're just going to take that straight up market. We don't want to take the risk of that blipping against us. So it's just kind of calm on side now. We're just trading through these 73s. We might have seen a little bit of a false break here. So we've maybe caught a few of these shorts in just below here. So we're going to try and wait for a bit more opportunistic opportunity to get short around these 83s. In the first pullback, part of our plan, we're looking for that. The equities acted, come slightly lower. Very choppy equities. Good thing we're not taking part in that. You can see the euro-dollar futures. The closer you get in December, they're actually a lot weaker than the rest of the curve. You can see these are a little bit more buoyant. The closer months are actually quite offered. So let's just see how we react when we get up to these 83s. Okay, we're just trying to hold an offer at these 82s, not getting filled. Might have to try and come to market, and I will wait there at 83s. We've just been filled on our 10 there at 83s. Now our risk essentially is the previous swing high at 88s, 89s. We don't want to see the market get above these 88s, 89s. If we get above those 88s, 89s, then there might be something wrong. Now we're looking potentially for a play through these 83s. Remember, we're not the only ones trying to get short here. I want to keep note of the 5 years here. The T-notes are actually bounced considerably. Look at this bounce in the 5 years. This is actually worrying me a bit because, having said that, we're actually seeing, funny enough, steepening, a little bit of a steepening play here, which is weird because we would have expected a lot more flattening, which is contrary to what we're believing. So this might actually work against us here. So let's just see. Let's just see how we react. We don't want to take more risk than above these 88s. Okay, there's 400 lot just coming in here. We're going to take that loss because someone's seemingly trying to spoof it beyond these 88s, 89s. Remember, there's probably quite a few players already short below those 83s. There's a 900 lot just stepping in here. There we go. There's someone actually stepping in with an 800 lot. If you could see here at 92s, he's probably trying to pay up or force people to pay up. So we're seeing a little bit of a move up here, just playing for that small price action move. Some thicker offers here at 99s and double O's. We'll see if we can try and take a few ticks out of that just with that front run. Taking out 10. There's another 300 lot there, seemingly doing quite a bit of volume. If we can take this guy out, maybe we see a little bit more upside. Okay, we've just taken that guy out. We're going to try. Okay, we're not getting a little bit too far here, so we're not going to get too greedy. Try and take this out at 99s because at this rate, we're seeing a bit of a bounce in these T-notes, and the more these US 10 years bounce, and you can see the longer end is actually just now starting to bounce a little bit. That's forcing the bunds higher and higher. So let's just see. We've got a bit of a 400 lot here at 8s. See how we react here. Let's come off this little area here. Come back down to these 01s, double O's. Notice how we're trading 100 lot just traded into these double O's. It's been reloaded. Bit of reloading here at 99s. Bam. Someone just reloaded, come back into market. We're waiting for that real seller to take us right back below these double O's because we've been reloading there. There's a buyer here. If we can get back below these double O's, this is our area between 98s and about 7s and 8s. It's about 10 tick range. We're just kind of catching in positions here. So there's a lot of longs, a lot of shorts. We've just upticked those 8s. I'm not taking those 8s out. We're still trading between 98s and 8s. I'm going to wait for some flow. We want to stick with the number is bigger than expected, guys, so we don't really want to be getting long here. We want to be looking for a short. We're trying to look for a decent risk reward and a little bit of flow. So we're holding below these 7s. Don't quite want to get involved here just in case we blip through here. I want to get involved when the market shows me some sort of flow to the downside. So we're just traded 21, 37, just going bid 4s. Bit of reloading here at 4s, it's just decent. We're just reloading here. I'm going to try and get involved here. If we can get quick fill at 4s, that'd be excellent. Actually, I'll go to market at 3s. Okay, we've just been put on side slightly. Taking very little risk on this. Our risk is above these 8s. We've seen a little bit of reloading here at 4s. I want to stick with that seller. Okay, we're trying to hold a little bit of an offer here. Someone's trying to come to market. I'm watching the other peripheral markets here. On my right, I can see the euro dollars here. It's been a little bit of a bounce in this euro. Starting to come off slightly. 800 lots is coming into market here. I might try and front run this guy because he might have to do some more. I'm going to try and sell in front of him because if we get through these 98s, we might actually see a bit of a move. Okay, he's gone, but I'm waiting, hovering over the bid just in case he comes back at me. Very tight risk on this. 97s, 96 is offered. That's where we're going to try and get a little bit more on. We've just broken out of that range. I'm looking for a little bit more of a move here. Here we go. We start moving a little bit lower. Notice the euro is actually coming down as well, which is good. There we go. Someone paying down. You can see that 600 lot. Someone's trying to get out of their trade. We're going to try and take most of our size off here. Back at these 98s, 89s, 88s, 89s. Bam. Okay, we've just got 10 lots. We're going to hold that as a core position and see how this market plays out from here. We've just gone below these 88s, which is a really good thing for us. We're going to try, at this point, we're not going to get too greedy on this because effectively we know that's a really big area around those 73s to 83s. So what we're going to try and do is bid somewhere around these 83s. Let's see if we can. We're not going to bid here, just wait to see if we can get through here. There's a bit of size coming to market. Holding up at those 83s again, so I'm going to just bid those 84s. Try and take them out, and there we go. Just been filled on that position. So we've just seen quite a little bit of flow in that little section. We've just come through these 85s. We're trading around that area, and the key pivot here really to pay attention to, as we said on the chart, is those 71s to 83s. If the market can actually hold an offer below these areas, then we might actually see a trend develop. Seemingly the price action somewhat taking a bit of a standstill now. Not much action, not much price action to pay attention to, not much to go through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up here. We've seen a couple of different little setups. We've seen a front run of an 800 lot, as you guys noticed. Please go back and see that. The guy came in and tried to pay up. Either he was spoofing, whether he was spoofing or not, the context is what matters, guys. We knew that there was people going to get short with us below these areas and look for the break of that really key area where we're looking for a stop zone. So people and traders are actually trying to position themselves for that. You have to understand the psychology of the market is probably very similar to yours. If you've got a plan, probably quite a few other traders, if it's obvious, quite a few other traders are looking at the same thing. So most traders are probably positioning themselves in this area. And when someone came in and took us above these 88s, 89s, where basically all these short-term traders had their stops, someone came in either with real size or spoof and forced them to liquidate and cover up into these regions where we did a bit of a range between these 98s and 06s, and you'll see this a lot after non-farm payrolls report. The market will start ranging between some very key points. We saw the market ranging between these 08s and 98s. It kept doing this up and down price action. Eventually, we offered below these 98s, and this right here is our entry point. As soon as you get that offer below those 98s, and we're holding those 97, 98s as resistance, that's where all the buyers that were buying in this region and here, all the buyers in here had to now cover to the downside, and that's where we saw that move back down to those 84s. So hopefully you guys found that very useful. You know, the non-farm payrolls is an excellent opportunity if you like trading volatility and you can understand price action. For price action traders, it's a great opportunity for us to make good money if you can understand the dynamics and go through a very, very robust framework. So you can profit from these events time and time again. So thank you very much for listening, guys. Stay tuned for some more videos in the price ladder training program. Stay tuned, guys. Bye bye.